What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. Finally, Clone dropped his video that's supposed to clear his name. In the process of dropping this video, he did it on his own channel. This dude is terrible, man. This dude, you is terrible. So he dropped it on the channel. He only got like 500 subscribers. He thinking he finna build his channel up real big and people gonna subscribe to it. Come on, man. Here, take it. Take it. Bang the gavel on your damn self. Don't worry. I'm going to do it for you. No, 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 no. No, man, get out of here with that trash, man. Bro, bro think he the algorithm. Like, man, please. What's crazy about this, bro? Terrible. You don't even know you keep making things worse. So who do they call for the job? Me. I'm gonna break you down like nobody else can, man. So Clone, for those of y'all who don't know, so Clone was tied up into a RICO law under a gang called Ape Gang, which is a blood gang. A spinoff from that was also a record label they were trying to put together called Ape also. Clone was making three-way calls for some of the gang members on the phone, by which he ended up getting tied up into, and while he was brought in for questioning, and actually ended up dropping names of the leaders of the gang during their investigations. So Clone believed because certain things he was saying was not used to find these people or charge these people, according to him, he shouldn't be considered a snitch, even though he clearly told. We're going to hear him say these things out of his own mouth. But let me show you something crazy that he just terribly overlooked, that he don't have no understanding of. Like, if you look up the paperwork, this is the paperwork he put up during his so-called clearing his name campaign. If you look at the paperwork, right, look at that last paragraph right there that's highlighted. It says, we have discovered several key individuals involved with Ape Gang, to include those in leadership roles. Prison calls obtained from Daniel recorded phone calls identify Jamal Fielder, Tyrone Bascom, Sherman Kirkland as having leadership roles within the gang. On the recorded phone calls, the homicide was discussed between Daniel, Bascom, Fielder, and Kirkland on more than one occasion. The phone was typically dialed from prison is this. So it just got the name up there, right? But I want y'all to pay attention to the first paragraph, though. We have discovered several key individuals involved within Ape Gang, to include those in leadership roles. Watch this. Prison calls, with the plural, prison calls, plural, obtained from Daniel's recorded phone calls identify Jamal Fielder, Tyrone Bascom. Now, notice what it said. So from prison calls, they discovered who were the leaders of Ape Gang, by which they all was being charged under this RICO. Because, you know, when you're dealing with the RICO, they want the leaders and those who are in position of power. They want the headship. So notice what that just said. But that's what Clone was called in for, because he was one of the guys that was actually making the phone calls. Listen, let me show y'all this. Watch this.
Conversation. He already let me know that Muscle was the leader. He already.
Bro, why is you rolling your body like that? Why is you rolling your body like a homosexual? That's crazy. What are you doing? Look what that dude did.
Of that conversation. He already let me know that Muscle was the leader. He already let me know that he had these recorded.
Bro, why are you rolling your eyes? Why are you rolling your eyes in your body? That's suspect as hell, bro. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Of that conversation. He already let me know that Muscle was the leader. He already let me know that he had these recorded phone conversations that came directly to me.
See, right there. He already let me know that they had these recorded phone calls that came directly to me. He talking about the officers that were listening in on their calls by which he was called in. Listen.
Of that conversation. He already let me know that Muscle was the leader. He already let me know that he had these recorded phone conversations that came directly to me.
See? So the phone conversations that came directly to him that he was actually doing on behalf of the gangs. Are y'all starting to get it now? Did the light click on? This dude even look like bad news. Like these snitches starting to look alike. Like y'all might got the same father. Y'all might got the same father, Snitch. These dudes might got the same father, Snitch. My gosh. So that's clear. Now, let's look at the paperwork. So did y'all catch what just happened? He said, so the detective was already telling him about the recorded call they had been listening to that goes directly to him. That was stemming directly towards him. Now let's look at what the paperwork says, because this is very important. My gosh. This is very important. Okay, hold on. So going back to the paperwork that I just showed y'all. I'm sorry, let me get here. What makes this important is this. Okay. Right here. What makes it important is this. Last paragraph. We have discovered several key individuals involved with the ape gang to include those in leadership roles. Prison calls, plural, obtained from Daniel's recorded phone calls identify these individuals as the leaders. Then you are called in. Clone, to confirm who the leadership is. You don't see that? You don't see how that just tied you in as being a snitch? You were called in because you was making calls on behalf of the gang. During those calls, they found who were in leadership role. You were called in an interview under being interrogated as one of the names mentioned affiliated with the RICO, and you confirmed leadership roles. You confirmed the leadership roles that they had already been listening to the recordings. So you confirmed it when you were called in, being also charged with the affiliation of the gang. You don't see that? That definitely just branded you as a snitch. And the paperwork literally telling on you because they found out the leadership role through the recorded three-way calls that you were making. Then you were called in and also being charged with being a part of it because you have the knowledge of it. Then in your interrogation by them, you gave leadership roles and names to the persons in the investigation that they found out who was leadership. So you confirmed it, being one of the persons who was actually making the calls, which makes your testimony very important to what they will have to present before the courts and establishing their leadership roles and being gang leaders. How come you didn't see that? See how easy it is to break you down? How come you didn't see that? Hold on. Let's go back. What did you say out of your own mouth right here?
Of that conversation, he already let me know that Muscle was the leader. He already let me know that he had these recorded phone conversations that came directly to me.
See that? So the paperwork also calls you a snitch without having to say you a snitch. The paperwork actually saying. So not only do the paperwork says it, but the video says it. So the video and the paperwork confirms you a snitch. You snitch, you told. And they found out leadership roles through the three-way calls that you was doing on a gang behalf by which you were called in and confirmed during the interrogation. See how easy that is? Just that easy. I don't see why you trying so hard to try to clear your name when you know you are a snitch. You know you told. Like if this was somebody else and it wasn't you and you were watching this, you would be saying that person snitched and told too. But since it's you, you don't want to see it as such. But that's exactly what you did, brother. Okay? And clearing your name for what? It ain't like you some battle rap star, bro. Look, I don't mean this in no disrespectful way, but let's just be honest, clown. Your battle rap career wasn't going nowhere. Like nobody cared. You would never be a battle rap star. I'm sorry, you're just not. Bro, you will never be a battle rap superstar. Which to some degree can't really be considered a bad thing to some degree when you see what battle rap is at now. It's basically dying and dead. So you're not a main attraction. You're not a demand. You're not a draw. You're not a, no, bro. Nobody attends battles to see you. Then you put a rap. You put a rap at the end of this, like, bro, you put a rap at the end of this interview. Like, you really trying to. I can't believe they were so-called saying you was gonna be the star. You you was gonna be the star to get them out of the hood. They said that though. They said that he was supposed to be the star they was gonna invest in to get them out of the hood. No wonder them brothers still turned to gangs and drugs and hustling and robbing. Man, please. That's terrible. But hey, it is what it is, fam. And I'm sorry. It just have to show you. Then he in the dark. Look at him in the dark. Like, you in the snitch setting. You in the setting of a snitch. Like, he comfortable. That's what they do when they be doing them interviews with people who snitched and told on people. They put them in the dark. They put them in the dark. He put himself, oh my gosh. You put yourself in a snitch setting. This dude is terrible, man. Like, come on, man. You can't make this up, bro. Like, you literally sit up here and did a whole week or so trying to gather things together, getting parts of the paperwork that don't implement you, thinking that you finna deceive us. only for the get the paperwork that's literally pointing you out. Like that paperwork part actually really told on you when you thought it was clearing you. Then you put yourself in a snitch setting and told on yourself again. You told on yourself again. So that's common sense. So for those of y'all who didn't get it, because you know battle rap is slow as hell, let me just break it down for y'all again to show you what happened. So, according to him, once again, in his own words, let's listen to it.
Of that conversation, he already let me know that Muscle was the leader. He already let me know that he had these recorded phone conversations.
Bro, that's gay as hell. Bro, I'm going to keep it 100. That was gay as hell. Oh my gosh, that was gay as hell. Hold on, let me show y'all that. Y'all got to see this. Y'all got to see this full blown. Bro, tell me if this not gay as hell. Look at this, man. Look what this man do, man. What man do this? This man rolling his eyes and rolling his body like he trying to get down and get his eagle on. He trying to twerk. Like this man about to twerk. This dude started breaking it down like he about to twerk. Like he got turned, like he turned on and aroused at snitching. Listen, watch this, y'all.
Conversation. He already let me know that Muscle was the leader. He already let me know that he had these recorded phone conversations.
Hell no. Don't no straight man do that, bro. Don't no straight man roll his eyes like that and roll his body at the same time like that, man. That's crazy. That right there, crazy, bro. You suspect as hell. You got some sugar in your tank. Ain't no way, bro. No way. Ain't no way. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. That was crazy as hell. What? Hecky no. Listen to this. Watch him again, y'all. Tell me, man. Tell me if this not sweet and suspect.
Of that conversation, he already let me know that Muscle was the leader. He already let me know that he had these recorded phone conversations that came directly to me.
Okay. That was crazy. That was suspect as hell. But notice what he said. He had the recorded conversation that came directly to him. So they had the recorded conversation that came directly to him. This is why he was called in. This is why he was mentioned in the RICO. This is why he was charged, because he had knowledge of the gang activity, things they were doing. He was implemented because the three-way calls and everything they had. But if you look at the paperwork right here, of what's being said here, which is very important. The paperwork says right here. Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Okay, so here on the paperwork, my gosh. Okay, go here a little bit more. So right here on the paperwork, look what it says here. Now, notice what he just said. He said that the detective was letting him know who the leadership roles was based upon the conversations that they was hearing on the three-way calls that Clone was making on behalf of the gangs. Then it says right here in the paperwork, we have discovered, last paragraph, we have discovered several key individuals involved with Ape Gang to include those in leadership roles. Prison calls obtained from Daniel's record phone calls identified them as such. So the prison calls that was being made from the prison, talking with these individuals, these three-way calls that Clone was making also prove who the leadership was. Then Clone was called in, being one of the ones who was making the calls for them. And Clone gave the names of the leaders in leadership role by which they were being indicted on. He don't see that. That's why when the detective came in and he said they were telling me already who they were, right? Because when they calling you in, they saying, look, we already know you was involved. We already heard y'all three-way calls. You was making calls on behalf of the gang. Because if you listen to the interrogation, that's what they telling him. You was making calls on behalf of the gangs. We already know what's up. We got you recorded. We got y'all wiretapped. So don't give us no bull. Now, who are in leadership? When you begin to name those who are in leadership, what you doing is confirming the wiretaps, the recordings, and the documentation by which they had to present to a grand jury to get them to indict. To get them to indict. You being one of the persons that's directly involved in the calling admits to leadership. That's why they said they found out through the three-way calls who the leaders were. Then they bring you in and you confirm. Not only was I the one making calls for them, but these are the leaders. That's snitching. You told. How you don't see that? And again, the video is more damaging than the paperwork. The video is more damaging than the paperwork. And there's the truth right there for everybody to see. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's in question. It's yours.